Hey guys!
Hi!
First live interview with Human Connections. So, as some of you know, I am doing a project where I interview people and then I write kind of like a poem or just like a thing for them. And I'm actually turning it into a book. But I wanted to take you guys on the back end of it and show you before the production is made, kind of what it looks like on the back end, so for the interviews. And Carisa is here with me today, and she's going to be my guinea pig for this live interview. So we're really excited. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Carisa.
Yeah, so I'm Carisa. I am 22 years old, and I'm from Northern California, El Dorado Hills, but it's like 30 minutes out of Sacramento, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm excited.
Yay! Okay, also I wanted to let you guys know that during this live video, we're actually not going to be focusing on the live video. So any comments or anything, don't even worry about leaving them. You can if you want to, but we're just going to be talking to each other. Okay? So we're going to get started. All right. Okay, so just to, I hope they can hear us. Hopefully you guys can hear us. If not, it's cool. We'll fix it for the next live video. Okay, so just to kind of preface this, like I was kind of telling you before, there's no end goal. I'm not trying to like ask you questions to prompt a certain reaction. Like, it's all based off of what you give me. So whatever emotion you want to portray, it's all up to you, and I have no idea what the creation at the end is going to be, which is kind of cool. So whatever you give me, I'll take it and go from there.
Yeah.
And I have questions here, but they're more like just conversation starters, so don't think we need to like get through all of them or whatever. I'll just ask you, and then if wherever we go, wherever the interview takes us, we'll just go. Okay. I like to start off with the same question, though, with everybody I interview. And so think of your life as an unfinished book. And obviously it's unfinished because you're still alive. What would the synopsis be? What would be the back of the book? The cliff notes of your life thus far?
What do you mean? Like,
if you could give me a little synopsis, like, this is Carisa thus far. Like, what's your life been made up of?
Oh, so far.
Like, points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my whole life I grew up playing soccer, so that was like my everyday routine. Just go play soccer, go to school obviously, but that was like my main focus. And that's kind of where I grew up and like got my, just like grew up as a person, was playing soccer my whole life, traveling all the time, every weekend, going out of state for games, really just having that like team bonding and just being with my team all the time. So I would say whenever I think about like majority of my life, like where I, really get everything and like learn from everything, I would say it came from sports and soccer particularly, because I played that my whole life. So yeah, I guess I would say, but like for now, I, recently moved to San Diego, so just kind of finding myself again, figuring out like what really, I'm not playing anymore, so what's like that next, passion of mine.
Like,
and really,
who are you without soccer?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like figuring out like, there's more to life than like what's life after soccer, and I'm still like, I wouldn't say I have it down to a T, but like I'm still trying to figure it out, but like just opening different doors and like trying new things and being more open to discovering what else is out there.
That's cool.
Yeah, and still just learning from it, and excited to see what San Diego has to offer.
Yeah. So what brought you? Okay, so what's your family life like?
Yeah, so I have an older sister. She's 2
Okay.
years older than me. She is a cosmetologist, so she's a makeup artist. And my mom and dad, my dad's like a business guru person, travels all the time, all around internationally. And then my mom is also a cosmetologist, but she's been all over, the map with like different like real estate, jewelry design, all of that, yeah. But she is like my rock. She's like my biggest supporter. She's been there for every soccer game, been there for, every school event. She's like the best. So we're all like very close. We're all in a big group chat all the time,
nice.
Even down in San Diego. So, always keep in contact. She always makes sure to call me like on a ride home from work or whatever.
Aw, that's good.
So still really close to my sister.
Where does she live?
She's back at home.
Back home. Okay.
Yeah. But she actually wants to move down here, so within the next
nice.
few months. So hopefully that works out with being able to transfer her job and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so what would she do? Just go work for like...
She works for Anastasia, the makeup line.
Okay.
Yeah, and so
Nice.
then she's going to be moving, hopefully down here, like January, February, and then transferring with the same company.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's so perfect. That'll be good to have somebody down here.
Yeah.
That'll be really good.
We wouldn't live together, but it'd be nice to
gotta
have
keep
like
your
yeah.
distance. Yeah, you'll get sick of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, like, you can't steal each other's clothes anymore. Like, trust me, I was the same.
Yeah.
I have 3 sisters.
Bad.
I literally, my sister Bailey, I took a Snapchat of me in San Diego. And it was like me in a sweater, and she's like, "You're seriously wearing my sweater in San Diego?" And I'm like, "Oopsie, delete. You can't get onto me." Like,
oh my gosh,
I'm way across the country.
Yeah.
That's good. So you have a good home life. You had a good home life.
Amazing.
Just
I
a
had the
great
best
life.
childhood. The best. And living, I was born actually in the Bay Area, so that was like 2 hours from Sacramento. But then in middle school, we moved up to El Dorado Hills, and that was like the best. I still am so close with all my high school friends. You know, we're all super close, and like I went to such a great high school, and I'm just really blessed to be, you know, raised in that area.
Yeah,
so,
that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want out of life now? You don't know.
I don't know. Like, I wish I could give you an answer for that, but you know, I'm still trying to like figure it out. I'm like so optimistic when it comes to, you know, just figuring it out. Like, I'm very happy with like my life now and just you know, figuring it out. But like, I don't have a clear answer for like what, you know.
So when you say figuring it out, do you mean specifically with work? Do you mean with where you want to be? Do you mean all of it?
Well, I would say just because like as cliche or like cheesy as it sounds, like soccer was like my first love. Like I had so much passion for playing. I just stepping on that soccer field was like unexplainable. And so just being able to find like that type of passion again, whether it be for like a family, whether it be for, you know, a job, whether it be for, you know, whatever I find, but like trying to find like that passion again.
Okay, so I mean, you said it's unexplainable, but try to explain it to us. So like, put me in your shoes. Like, what did that feel like? Why do you love it so much?
I think I just loved like the teamwork and being able to, you know, everyone be so passionate about like the same thing and like working at it like day after day. And you know, obviously there's some days where you didn't want to do that extra sprint or you didn't want to do like that extra 30 minutes of practice, but like you just had it in you to do it. And just like, I don't know, and it was like just like the best feeling. And then even though like, you know, the hard work at the time was like hard, but then like it always was for a reason. Like whether you like made that last shot or you made that like winning goal or, you know, you won the tournament, you know, it always like had an end goal and it always like was for a reason. And I just think I loved that part of it, and just like everyone coming together and just you know, team, like you like being a part of something bigger than yourself. And then being a part of that, like being a part, like to contribute to that. But then in yourself still having like that passion like inside of you to like want to do that for others.
And like know that you can actually make a huge difference. Positive or negative, you play a role.
Exactly.
That's cool.
And just like knowing that you like love it so much. I don't know. Like that love and passion for itself like kind of like definitely helped you do the work, but definitely like pushed you when you didn't want to, if that makes sense. But
so have you ever thought about coaching?
I mean, people, my mom always talks to me about it, my friends always talk to me about it, but I've thought about it, but I don't know, I haven't really like researched it enough, you know. I don't know.
It's a lot. I mean, it takes a lot of dedication.
It does. And just getting my feet wet, I guess, like, you know, I've only been here for a few months, you know, getting, you know, the job in the door and, like, figuring out, like, you know, my area and just getting adjusted maybe for a few more months. But then definitely, like, in the future, I would definitely, you know, love to see that even, you know, even for my own kids or something like that would be awesome. Or just contributing back to, like, the community or, like, coaching would be awesome. But yeah, it's something I would look into
in the future.
Yeah,
there's so much change that's been going on with you right
exactly
now, you know what I mean? So you don't want to pile too much,
exactly,
or just on an unsturdy foundation of change, you know what I mean?
And then I want to give my full effort, you know, when it came to like coaching, because obviously like that's huge, and like, but I want to make sure that I'm able to give that before I like commit to something like that.
Definitely. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I like that. Okay. Here's one.
Okay.
Okay. Do you believe people view you differently than who you really are?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Only because I would consider myself a very like transparent person. I'm very upfront, I'll tell you how it is, but like I'm also, a very happy person, and that's not me, trying to be someone that I'm not.
Right.
It's just me being me.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't say so. I would hope that people would think me as a happy person, or me to be, generous, or whatever that may be, because that's who I portray to be, and that's kind of who I really am.
So give me some more adjectives that you would want people to see in you.
Yeah. Outgoing, spontaneous, caring. I always say I love to like love others. Like I obviously like love the feeling of like being loved, but I love to like put that on someone else. So
why?
Even if that means why?
Yeah.
It just like, I don't know, it just always like have brought me like so much happiness, even if it means from like just doing the little extra to make someone's day, and even if you're like trying to figure it out, or you like don't really know, like just doing little things. And like I really believe that like little things matter, and just it's not a lot to like do a little for anyone. Like
yeah.
It just, people just make it seem like it's some extraordinary thing, but it's really just like, I don't know. I think
being
it's like,
human.
and it's a lot simpler than people make it out to be, and just, I don't know. And I've never been the person to like be negative. I never want to.
Why not? Like, so, what brought you to this mindset? It's a great mindset.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think was the root of that?
I just don't think I've ever thought it was worth it. Like, it just, I just never, I don't know, like.
To like be mean and like nasty.
Yeah, and just like negative to others, or just complaining, and just like that whole it just brings out a like ugly side of someone. And I've never wanted to like show someone, or even like, I don't know, like let anyone see that, because it's just not who I am. It's not a side I want like people seeing, because I know when I see it on others, it's not something I like to see either. So it's like, why would I want to portray something that I don't support or something. So.
Well, it's not an energy you probably want to feel.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably what it really boils down to. It's like, it's a nasty feeling to you, so it probably is just like inherent in you that you're like, ugh, I don't want that feeling.
Exactly. And I can actually relay that back to soccer, because, obviously losing, you never want to feel that feeling, that negative feeling, or like, not getting something right. And I think just like going over, getting so many things wrong with the sport, like you really learn to like push that extra mile to being positive.
Yeah.
And like figuring it out no matter what.
Yeah. That's really cool. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. You have a good foundation. Like, it's really exciting, like, to see it, because it's like, wow, you're going to do some cool stuff, because like your foundation seems pretty sturdy.
I would hope so. I mean, I just, the best I can, but like, I don't know, like I obviously I want the best for myself, but I wouldn't say I'm like, oh my gosh, like I need to find it right now. Like I understand, like life happens, you're gonna figure it out eventually. But like, obviously, we're all in this transition period between after college and like, the job, and just like between families, you know what I mean, and starting that family. It's just like this in between time. So I don't know. I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So everything, and that's why I think I am so positive, because I do believe that everything happens for a reason. So there's no like reason to like be negative on something, because maybe just like wasn't supposed to work out, like you'll figure something else out.
Are you religious?
Yeah.
You are? Do you mind if I ask you what religion you are?
No.
Okay. So some people don't like to talk about it.
No, I love to talk about it. I'm Christian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Non-denominational, or
Episcopalian.
Okay.
So but here have you ever heard of The Rock, the church?
I just drove by that.
Okay.
Actually,
They have like 4 different locations.
Okay,
but
I drove by one of them.
So that one's like
denominational.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I go to that one.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
What made you choose to go to that instead of Episcopalian?
Well, so I back at home, I go to a church pretty similar to it. It's a large, and my parents are Episcopalian, so that's why they kind of raised that way. And just like when I was growing up, I'm confirmed and stuff. But I don't know, I went to the one by my house, or back at home, and I loved it. And I was like, I really want to find a church just like that. I go to Rolling Hills back at home, and
but it's
just
similar
like
to the
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And I was like, I need to find one just like it. You know, I just like the feeling. It just like loved it, and just like the people, and you know, the pastor, and really connecting with you know, the pastor and stuff.
Nice.
And my friend, when she first moved out here a year or two ago, her and her family were like, let's go to the Rock. Like, never heard of it or anything. And right away, I loved it. And it was like, I still got the same feeling of how I did when I was at home at my church.
Nice.
So now that I'm here, I just go. I try to go every Sunday, but you know, obviously some things happen.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's cool. It's like a home away from home kind of. That's
I
cool.
love it. Yeah,
That's really cool.
And I love it. Just like you
That's
get that
nice.
community vibe, and just like so many different types of people coming. You know.
Well, it's similar with soccer. You're a part of something bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
That's a common theme, obviously, that you like.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just awkward. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So this one you could take one of two ways.
Okay.
So you can either take it just merely an event, or you can broaden it out to a theme. But what event or theme has shaped your life? And this can go any avenue. It can be something we have talked about.
This is such a tough question.
I know, man.
I always get it, but it's so tough. Cause
You do get this a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just like in jobs, they always ask you, like, or at least in my interviews, they've always asked me that.
They did?
I know, and I was like,
That's,
oh my god,
deep
this
for
is
a job.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna open that up.
Okay, like I guess
Is this going to affect me getting a job or not? Like, oh my god.
It was like, okay, like which way do I like say?
Like
but
spin it.
oh gosh. So, okay, wait. So, ask the question one more time, just so I can hear it. And
yeah, for sure. So, what event or theme has shaped your life?
Okay, so I don't know. I don't hate it, but I always go back to soccer just because that's always been my life, literally been my life, like until I stopped playing. But
why'd you stop playing?
That's the event that I was getting to.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I no, it's not even
I'm like, oh my god, what happened?
No, but I played at a school in Tennessee my freshman year in college. I got a scholarship. And so, you know, growing up, that was just my goal, to play D1 soccer, and, you know, I was going to play there for 4 years, you know, figure it out, and, like, have the time of my life, you know, be so passionate, you know, figure it out. And so I committed junior year in high school, and then I went there the summer before, training with my team, loved it, you know, everything was going great. And then fall semester comes around, and I hurt myself a little bit, but I don't know, it just took me like a long time mentally to like get back into the swing of things. And I don't know if it was just like the people I was around, and like, you know, being so far from home, and like seeing, you know, not enjoying soccer as much. Like, it just was, I don't know, wouldn't want to blame it on the coaching staff, but it was just something I was not used to.
So different. Yeah, everything.
And being in the South and being a girl from West Coast, so different.
Is it?
Yes.
How?
Just like, I don't know, the two different like opposite ends of types of people.
Okay.
So it's just like not as, you know, I guess I would consider like California to be very open and really, you know, different types of people, and just it was not like that at all. And so it's
very
really
traditional.
Yes, and very separate when it came to decisions and just like thinking and morals, and it was just something I wasn't used to. So not really like, I don't know, and not really feeling like I had like the support with like just people I was out there. It just like was a lot to handle.
Did you know anyone going out there?
No, but I did meet. So we had an official visit the year before, so I knew girls like just from like my team that like I met on the official visit, but it was no like friends I was like knew, or no one like from home that came with me. So it's just like a big jump. But I wouldn't say like, I mean, I've never really been a homebody, so I could like go anywhere and I'd be happy, but I don't know, it's just something I just didn't expect. So just not, how could I not be happy playing a sport that I loved, you know? And it just like, with all the different like situations, I just like was not happy anymore. And last minute, I was like, I do not see myself happy here for 4 years. Like, that's a lot to put on my plate. Like, do I give up soccer, you know, for the rest of my life that I played my whole life? That's all I really know to do. Or do I, like, you know, start working, transferring, going to a different school, you know, back at home. And at the time, it was, like, pretty late admissions for, like, schools I wanted to maybe transfer to. So it was like, you know, what's this decision? And my parents were like, you know, we'll support you either way, but, like, this is, like, what you want to do, you know?
Right.
And so I decided to transfer. And I was like, we were having our end of the year meetings with our coaches, and they had no idea that I, like, came in and was like, I'm transferring. Like,
oh my God.
You know, I'll stay, like, the next semester, but, like, and finish out spring, but I'm going to be transferring. And so my own, like, roommates didn't even know. Like, this was, like, a shock to everyone.
Wow.
And so I was just like,
why didn't you talk?
I just, like, am not the type of person to, like, talk to people about, I don't know, like, not that it was, like, personal, it just, like, it was my decision, you know, so, like, I didn't need, like, anyone's opinions, you know, that was just, like, what I needed to do for, like, my sanity or happiness.
Do you think that you avoid anything negative? Like, maybe, like, did you not want to talk to them sometimes because maybe, like, you didn't want to talk about it because it was negative in their eyes?
Well, I think another reason why I didn't want to talk to them about it was because they were always negative about, because, like, we were really struggling, like, with the team that year, so that was another thing, like, they were so negative. Every night that we came in from practice or a game, they would just, like, be talking and complaining and just, like, it was a lot. And I was like, hey, like, not even liking it myself, and then people that I'm living with are complaining about it. Like, it was just, like, I was trapped in, like, a bubble that I couldn't get out of.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was really bad. So I just, like, didn't want to talk to them about it because I knew that they were already going to be negative about it.
Right.
So I was just like,
completely avoid it.
Yes.
Whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just, like, I don't, like, it was just, I don't know. Like,
because you had already made the decision, and so it's like, you're not going to sway me, so yeah.
And just, like, it's just, like, that's another thing, I hate negative people. Like, it really bothers me, and, like, complaining and just, like, I don't know. I just have, like, a really strong opinion about things, and then, like, if you don't agree, like, I'm not going to try and talk to you about it, because it's, like, we're not going to get anywhere, and, like, it just would have been, like, stupid, and they would have, like...
Unless someone's, like, open-minded to, like, listening to what other people have to say, arguing back and forth is so pointless, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like they would have thought that they knew what the best decision was for me, but it's like, do they really, or are they just saying those things because, I don't know, it was just, like, all up in the air, so I just didn't even, like, want to risk with, like, even, I don't know, I didn't really care to talk to them about it. I'm still friends with them, like, don't get me wrong, like,
well, it wasn't, like, a negative intention, you were just like, this is what's best for me. Yeah, that's good.
Exactly, and a lot of people can't take that, you know, like, they'll, like, take it as, like,
personally.
Yes. And
like,
it's like,
I thought I was your friend. Why didn't you tell me?
And it's just like, it's not even like,
that's their ego.
It's not even like, and like, I've had multiple friends, you know, they, like, some of the roommates obviously got mad at me, and, like, just even other scenarios throughout my life, like, people getting mad at me with, like, dealing with that way, but it's just like, it just makes sense to me.
They need to respect your decision. So that shaped you.
Yeah.
Why?
And so, you know, changing that whole lifestyle and so I didn't play anymore.
So that was the switch.
Yeah. So that was the switch.
So that was how many years ago?
It was 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Yeah, so I'm a year out of college, or, like, on my year. So, yeah, like, 4 years ago. Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? So 4 years into your shift in time, how do you feel?
I would say the first year out of it, I was like, this is, like, you know, crazy, but at the same time, it's like, wow, like, there is a life after, you know, playing sports, you know, there is a life after, like, doing something like that. But then I would say my 2 years after, that's when it really hit me, when I was like, oh my gosh, like, what is my passion, you know, what am I, like, am I gonna find that again, you know, is that gonna be, you know, I started to get, like, panic, because I was like, oh my gosh, like, my life is, you know what I mean, and then I was in panic mode, and
my life
like,
is over, like, what did I do?
And, like, I don't know, and then I tried even just, like, playing, like, a little bit, just, like, on my own, but it, like, wasn't really the same, just because, you know, I don't know, it's just different.
Well, it's totally different. I mean, like, I cheered in college, too, and, like, competed and stuff, and it's, like, I've done a little bit out here, but it's, like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
There's not really the big goal that you're going for anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's like thing, like I realize also it's like that's a transition with life. Like it's like that's just life. Like you're gonna transition to different stages. Yeah. And
it's like a snake shedding its skin.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you have to transition out of it.
Yeah.
If you want to grow at all. If
So-
you don't want to grow, stay in that mindset. But that's pretty cool.
So that was definitely my biggest like transition, and like trying to figure out who I was again, kind of, and just figuring out like what's the next step, and like can I be happy with the next step, and
And are you?
Yeah, now I am. I would say that there was like a year or two in college that I just wasn't happy, and like couldn't really find like what was, what could make me happy. Like it was a struggle for a bit.
So what makes you happy now?
I think just being surrounded. I have amazing roommates now, and so just being surrounded by happy people, and just being supported by friends around me. Being in a beautiful place that I love to go home to, and I don't know, just being. I think I'm so much more okay with like not being alone, but like doing things on my own. When before I was always like had to be surrounded by people, and I was more because I'm more of like an extrovert. Yeah. And so I I love being around people. So I think me just transitioning and growing up, I've realized, you can do stuff on your own. You can
be both.
Yeah. And like you can have like those days where you just want to go to the beach and read a book or whatever, and like totally by yourself. But then you also have those days where you like can have like that friend group that you like enjoy being around and like doing silly things with, but like being able to like have a mix.
Yeah,
and being able to like balance it, which before I like was like unaware of like how to do that. Right,
because you were so extroverted, which is good because that's obviously where you get your energy as an extrovert. You get it from others.
Yeah.
As opposed to like I'm an introvert, so we all share both qualities, but it's like if I'm around a lot of people for too long, I'm just like, I gotta go. Yeah. Like I need to go by myself and just like be outside or something.
Yeah.
Because it's just like where we get our energy or where we kind of like recharge.
Yeah.
So that's cool. It's cool when you find that balance.
Oh my god, it's been the best
thing. It's like refreshing.
Oh, yeah. It is like, like I can't even tell you like the day that I like realized it and could like handle it. I was like, oh my god, like this is great. Yes.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's like a physical thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So cool.
And like not getting like FOMO anymore from like having to be at every event or every situation or being a part of everything, and realizing like no, like you can decide what you want to do or what you don't want to do, and it's just oh my god, it's such a
way better.
Yeah.
You don't have to go. But some people, that's all they know, and so they thrive in that chaos because they don't know how to thrive without it.
And I think that was what my problem is. Like I didn't know how to not, but then that was like my transition and trying to figure that out. But now that I've been with it for a few years, now I'm like I figured it out, and like I'm happy again. So.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of millennials are doing this so quickly. It's so freaking cool. Like I feel like so many people our age we're getting things.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really exciting. Like, I'm obsessed with millennials. Love them. Literally, I think we're so cool. I think we're so great. Not to dog on anybody else's, but we're cool. Like, I think that, I don't know. I think we are more of, like, a team-minded generation, which is cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's nice. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Let's see. Here, how long have we been doing this? Does it say? Oh, it doesn't tell us. That's okay. We're good to go. Okay. Oh, okay.
What do we got?
I got a couple good ones. Okay, so what are your views on humans as a whole?
Yeah. I don't know. I would say they surprise me. Because I mean, for the most part, I want to believe that they have the best interests at heart for, others, but maybe just this day or this like our age group, it's just I don't know, people are just very selfish. And like obviously I do believe that you can be selfish, sometimes, but like I think people take advantage of that, and I don't know, just our age, I get disappointed a lot when it comes to like people's intentions or people's reactions to things, and I just maturity levels, and that's like kind of hard to deal with sometimes, but I mean, what can you really do? But like just take it and
lead
just
by example too.
Exactly.
I mean, those people are struggling. They're just we're all just going through this freaking journey. You know what I mean? But what about as a whole, like, worldwide humans? What do you think about them?
I think, they're pretty amazing. Like, you see people doing, amazing things every day, all different types of people. They have the ability to do great things, I think if people dedicated a lot of more of their time to, even helping others or just, like, really thinking about someone other than themselves, like, we could even feed that to, like, that more extreme, and really get to that level of, like, a great place. And it's, like, sad to see, like, those crimes that are happening, or just, like, things that happen, obviously, like, whatever, but I don't know, like, as a whole, I think still learning, like, people are still, like, figuring it out, but, like, in the end, like, I don't know, people will have, like, the ability to do, like, great things, and people, that should dedicate more time to that, but, like, at the same time, like, just reading on stories of people doing all these, like, awesome things, and just, like, even, like, opening up ideas, like, I didn't even know existed, and just, like, someone doing it, and just, like, I don't know, it's pretty great.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of came full circle whenever you said, like, people doing, like, little things. That's what you said at the beginning. That's cool. That's really cool. Because it's true. I feel like even if people did the smallest little thing, if we all did it, like, I always think about this. I don't know why. It's so weird. I think about, like, trash on the ground, right? So much trash on the ground. But if every single human being just picked up one piece of trash, that would be incredible. Don't you think? Like, it really would be. So it's, like, it doesn't take that much effort if we all did it.
Yeah.
I know. That's cool. Just like a team.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just, like, such the theme.
Yeah.
As a team. That's really cool. Okay. Let's do two more. Okay. What words of wisdom can you give to the next generation?
I like that one. I want to give, like, a good answer.
Yeah, take your time.
I would say, don't give up on something just because you're scared of something, I feel like a lot of people don't say what they want to say, don't do what they want to do, don't, I don't know, just don't take that extra step because they're afraid or they're, like, uncomfortable or they're afraid of getting out of, like, that comfort zone. But I would say, like, don't be afraid of that. Like, take that extra step and just see what happens, Like, the worst that could happen would be, something so minimal of just, like, getting that out and, like, figuring it out for yourself. So I would just say, like, don't be afraid.
And why not? Like, what's the benefit of not?
Because I think you find out who you are more and maybe even quicker. You find out, what you want and what you don't want. You don't settle. You're actually going out there and figuring out what you want to do, what, like, makes your heart on fire or whatever, or, like, your passion. So, and I don't think you, like, can find that unless you, like, try and, like, really try different efforts and going into, like, different avenues and, really figuring it out. Because nothing comes easy anymore. So, so just don't be afraid to, like, take that extra step and really, like, figure out. I feel like it makes me sad, like, a lot of people settle, and, like, I do see that, like, around me, and just, like, the worst thing I hate is when people try and give you advice, but they're, like, they do it themselves in their own lives. So I would just say, like,
they talk the talk, they don't walk the walk.
Yeah.
Well, because it's harder to walk the walk. You know what I mean? Everybody can throw out advice, but it's like, but it holds more weight when you do walk the walk.
Exactly.
That's when people listen to you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to learn from somebody who's never done it before.
Yeah.
Because they don't really know. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know the struggle.
And, like, look how many more, like, passionate people there will be in the world. And just, like, so many people that, like, will be leaders and, like...
We need more leaders.
Yeah, just people that just, like, hold back just because, like, they're not comfortable with the situation or they're afraid they're going to fail at it, Like, failure's, like, supposed to happen. And, like, you have to get to, like, a low point, honestly, to, like, be able to say, like, you got past it, you know, and you figured it out.
Well, and just to gain empathy for others as well. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't gain empathy for others, you're not going to care about anybody.
Totally.
So it's like, if you don't go out of your comfort zone and feel what it's like to be in the hole of empathy, you're not going to care about anybody else.
Yeah.
And that's not nice. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like,
I totally agree with that.
Empathy is the best thing. And that's part of the reason I want to do this kind of stuff, because it's like, I want someone to look, when I take your photo later, I want one person to like look at your photo immediately and be like, I'm not going to connect with her. I'll never connect with her. Then they read it.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, whoa, she experienced that? Wow, I connect with that. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I want people to connect with, is
Yeah.
like the weight of it, as opposed to like looks or anything, you know, on the outside.
I know, and
physique.
oh my gosh, no, seriously, and like people are like so much deeper than just like what they look like. Obviously,
They
like
all are.
I mean, there's some surface level people obviously out in the world,
They're
but like,
not though. I'm telling you, I've learned this from like interviewing people. Everybody is like deeper than they want to portray. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It really is. But sometimes you gotta really scratch that
Yeah.
surface. You gotta really
Yeah,
get in there. Gotta force them. But I feel like people want to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
They just don't know how, especially men. They don't know how to do
dude,
that.
I'm like so jealous of you that you get to like see that, because like that's like so
Dude, do
interesting.
it.
I know, but
Interview.
it's like it's so like interesting to me to like see that. Like I love to like go deeper than just surface level and like figure out like who you are, you know, like what gets you going, you know, like that different like. But it's hard. It is hard to like get that out of anyone nowadays, you know.
Well, and it's like I was saying with men too, especially with these videos. I asked somebody today, I'm not going to say who, to interview them, and he was like, yeah, I really want to. And I was like, okay, would you want to interview live? And he's like, not a chance. And I'm like, why? Can I publish what I write about you? He's like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, okay, what's the difference? And he was like, if I'm going to be vulnerable at all, I want it to just be between you and I, and not vulnerable in front of other people. And that like broke my heart.
Why do you think that like people, why do you think, not him in particular, but like why do you think, or I guess men,
Well, I think men is simply because, I mean, honestly, our society says men are tough, men are unemotional, or men should be this way. And it's like, it was this crazy percent actually that like girl babies were held longer than like male babies or something like that. And so it just, from birth, they're told like, you gotta be a big boy, you gotta do this. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, but we need to be more open with like, if a boy is crying, don't say you're being a girl.
Yeah.
Or don't demean it. And so that's where I think that they're scared. They're scared to open up because they're going to be made fun of. You know what I mean? But with women, it's like, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
With men, it's like, don't talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think that is slowly changing. But
I
just
hope
with
so.
like, I hope so too. But like stuff like this, like literally just having the conversation is going to be better than not. So yeah, that's why I think it is. And it's sad. It like broke my heart when he was like, no, I'm going to be vulnerable just to you. And I'm like, aw, but okay, let's do it.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, but yeah, it's interesting.
It is really interesting.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Let me ask you this last one. Okay. Okay. What do you strive for in this life?
Like mentally?
Whatever you want to take it.
Okay.
Up to you.
I mean, overall, you know, happiness with like where I am and like as a person. But I would say like I'm still trying to figure it out. I mean, obviously like my morals are like, you know, good and good intentions, and like, you know, just striving to like be better each day, you know, really working at something that I, you know, want to work for and not just giving up. But I don't know, I feel like there's so much more to find. There's so much more to get out of this life. And like, you know, I'm 22, but there's like so much more to like live for and live, you know, I've traveled to Europe, but I want to travel more. Like I want to really see and like be a part of like different, you know, types of life, culture, personalities, and like be around it, like, and yeah, I don't know, and just at the end of the day, like have a, you know, a family and like, you know, expand and just like have, you know, a close-knit family. Like I'm really like big about that.
Yeah, I love that you have such a close-knit family.
Yeah,
That's
and
really
I
cool.
definitely want to like continue that, and like even with like my husband's family, like be very close, like during the holidays, like always see each other and like that. But yeah, I don't know, I guess I'm still figuring it out. You know,
Strive. I feel like you strive to just like experience, like as much as you can.
Oh yeah,
like,
and I've like been like that.
You're like
since
your
I've been-
mom. I feel. I don't know her, but I mean, I bet like you said, like she's dipped her toes kind of in a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I feel like you probably get that from her a little
Yeah,
bit.
probably.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
No, but I I want to ask the last question to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to see what you would say.
The tables have turned. Okay, what?
Like, what do you are looking for, like, with, like, your life, or, like, what do you strive for, like, or what do you see your life to be in, like, 10, 15 years, or what do you say, like, you'll be fulfilled?
Oh my gosh. It's, like, got me really excited. Well, I want to help change the world. I mean, I know that sounds extremely cliche probably, but I really do, and I think changing the world starts with changing your inner world, and then changing your relationships with close people to you, and then it's a domino effect. And I want to be a part of that change, and I want to be an author, and I want to do something different all the time, and I want to travel the world, and I want my family, when I have kids, I want us to be traveling the world constantly, and like, meet, just like you were saying, like, meet so many different people, because there's so much to learn out there. Like, the world
really
is. It's insane. Like, there's so much we don't know about other human beings. Like, how exciting is it? I want to go there and see what that's like. And I want, like, it sounds so literally, like, so cliche. Like, I want our human race to be like a family, because we're all so unique, but we're all connected with emotion. This is why I do this, you know? So yeah, that's what I want to do. I don't know the specifics, but I mean, that's.
Have you been seeing, like, by doing, like, these interviews, have you seen, like, a connection? Like,
I have seen the best. It's like really crazy. When I say, like, people want to be vulnerable, we're all very similar. I would say, like, I can't speak for everybody, but I would say, like, 99% of humans, I think we're all very similar, and we try to be super complex, and it's like, it's not that complex. It's super simple. We all feel these emotions. We all want to understand them. A lot of us hold them in because we don't want to deal with them because they're hard to understand. But we all experience the same emotion. Regardless of where we experience it, we all experience pain, love, suffering, joy, gratitude, all of it. Unless you've completely blocked yourself off, or unless you have a mental illness. Okay, I get it. But that's cool. And so it's like, the more I'm doing these interviews, the more I'm literally seeing, like, we're all the same. It's crazy. And how are we connected with these emotions, these energy-filled emotions? Who knows? It's cool.
That's, like, so cool, though. You get to, like, see the different scenarios, you know what I mean? Like, people, like, how they dealt with situations, or I guess when you ask me, like, the biggest transition, I'm sure you get, like, crazy answers for that, you know, and just seeing, like, you know, how people dealt with it, or how people, like, you know,
haven't
handled
dealt with it,
or haven't, I guess, or haven't, but I don't know, that's cool.
It's interesting. You should do it too, interview. I'm serious. Like, even if you don't want to do something, like, crazy big, like, I encourage everybody just to talk. I want to, like...
I think it's, like, I, like, love doing that too. I can talk to, you know, anyone, but, like, I don't know, I want to get past that barrier of just, like, me, you know, first meeting someone, or few first times, and then being, like, I feel like, for the most part, people are comfortable in talking to me, but, like, them, like, being vulnerable, you know, being able to do that, and I feel like that's really hard for people, but I guess just, like, asking the right questions, and, like, having the right conversation.
That's what it is. You gotta dive straight for it. So, like, if you're just out in public, just whatever, just, like, I started off, even just not even for, like, an interview, but I'll just go up to somebody, if I'm at a bar or something, I'll just be like, so, do you believe in aliens? Like, it's not like, where do you work? What do you do? It just, like, breaks a little bit of that barrier, and then just, like, dive in. The worst thing they can do is be like, I don't want to talk to you about that. All right, cool. So what's your favorite color? Like, don't take it personally, but, like, just go for it. I mean, just ask something really weird, and then then it's like, I feel like that's you being vulnerable and out there by asking something really off the wall, and then they feel more comfortable, like, okay, this chick's cool, like, she's weird, let me talk to her, or no, way too weird for me, let me get the heck out of here, you know? But
that's true. I guess, it's funny how, like, the weird situations get you in, like, the funniest, or, like, the most interesting, like, scenarios.
They're the best.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's cool. Okay. Catch you guys later. It's getting dark. You can really see us. But yeah.
I hope you could hear us.
I hope you could too. I hope. Oh, that would be.
Yeah, we're like talking for hours. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna write this up sometime. I don't know what it's gonna be. It's exciting. But thank you, Carisa. So great. We'll post this. Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys.